What's up, guys? One here. Actually, been a while since I actually posted a real video. So, reason why I'm posting this video is because, again, this is like one of those situations where I know people are going to be like, "Don't feed the trolls, Will, or artists, whatever the fuck you call me." And again, this is not even really feeding the trolls. This is just something that needs to be addressed because, in regards to the podcast and myself personally, but I posted a short earlier. Telling some normals and, anybody really, like, hey, we're going to be doing a Q&A at the end of the podcast this week. So if you want to leave some questions, you can, feel free, shit like that. And two people decided to take it upon themselves, one of which made the account today. So that lets me know how serious they are. And the other one, I didn't even check the channel, but if I had to bet my whole paycheck that they made the account today, I'm pretty sure they did. The one that I just straight out deleted, one was like a question, okay? It was a bullshit question, but one was a question, then the other one was just like, why do you keep going with this podcast even though it barely gets views? So I'm just like, so you asked a question, then you insulted us. So, and then the question was just like, this is a question for Nick and Shelby, which is fine. I have no problem with you asking a question for Nick and Shelby. But it was just like, has artists ever borrowed money from you? Which I think we've addressed that on a previous podcast before. And I don't understand why this keeps coming up. Because, the short answer from Nick, no, I've never borrowed money. From Shelby, yes, and I've paid it back. And even Shelby will fucking tell you that. I've paid the fucking shit back. And the long story short to it is that somebody owed me money from an autograph that I sold to them, and I kept waiting for them to pay me, and they never paid me, but I needed the money ASAP. So Shelby lent me the money, and the kid never paid me for the autograph, so I just sent them the money when I got my paycheck. That's all there is to it. And I don't understand why it's such a big fucking deal for this person who keeps asking this question. The other one was this one's still up because it was more of a question directed towards me, and this is why I don't want questions directed towards me, because all it does is cause fucking shit, and that was, how come you have so many banned words? And the reason why, because any like longtime viewer of the channel knows why I have so many banned words, and again, it just causes fucking bullshit. Like, I asked a simple question on YouTube one time, like, hey, does anybody else have this problem? And the guy's answer was, review Morbius. Like, that had nothing to do with my problem or anything. So that's why shit like Morbius and It's Morbin Time is on the fucking the blocked word list. So, and again, I don't understand why it's anybody else's fucking concern as to what's on my banned word list. Get out of here, fucking fly. And as for, why we keep doing the podcast, even though we don't get too many views, I've addressed that many times myself. I've said many, many times, like, again, we don't, we're not popular. I'm not going to sit here and say that, like, we're the best fucking podcast out there. We're not, don't get me wrong. I hate some nights that me, Shelby, and Nick, we sit there for fucking 2 hours and we put out what we think is a good show. We have a fucking great time recording them, and even sometimes I'm like, man, that was a good fucking episode, man. This is going to kill this week. And it just doesn't, That's why I think like, Shelby's almost quit twice. Because it's felt like work to him, and we're just like, well, what do we do to make it more fun? And we've made it more fun for him and shit. That's why, like, whenever Shelby's like, need to take a break or something, that's what he needs to do to make this show fun for him, and same with Nick just takes vacations every now and then, just for shiggles. But yeah, I would love it if, like, when we premiered the podcast on Fridays, like 50 people showed up to the premiere. That would be fucking awesome, And that's why I had to find out a way to get it on Amazon, get it on Spotify, to get it on Apple Podcasts, just to get it out more. So, like, again, I don't understand why this one person is so upset that we're still doing it, even though not a lot of people listen. We have fun doing it. Again, I wish more people would listen to it. I hate that. I hate some nights that me, Nick, and Shelby spend 2 hours of our time to do this, and like we don't get the number that we would like. I hate it. Don't get me wrong. We appreciate the people who come and listen. Like somebody like Tony Dingle or T-Bone Tony or T-Bone Tiger, whatever the fuck his name is now. Like, we appreciate that somebody like him and Jason come out and listen every weekend. I believe Nemesis Beast comes out and listens every now and then. And Gold Rush, he tries to listen and such like that. We appreciate those people, but like, again, we wish that, when we premiere it every Friday, and no one comes and listens. It's just one of those things where just like, why waste our time if we're not going to get it in return? But, Shelby and Nick, they have fun doing it. Like, I'm the one that posed the question to them one night, like, are you two even having fun doing it? Because if you two aren't having fun doing it, I'm not going to hold you hostage. And they're just like, no, we're having fun doing it, so that's why we're still doing it, we have a couple things up our sleeve, to where, we're trying, so again, I just don't understand why one person is so fucking upset that we're still doing it. I mean, dude, obviously you're fucking somewhat listening to it if you're this upset that we're still doing it, and the other guy, I don't know why you're so hardcore concerned about what's on the blocked word list. Obviously it's on the blocked word list for a reason. Deal with it. That's all I pretty much have to say, fucking fly, get out of here. The disadvantages of sitting in your car with the windows open. So yeah, again, I really shouldn't be addressing this, considering that these are probably people, whenever something like this has to come up that I have to address, it's always people that just opened the account today. Like, I think one of the prime examples the last time we had to address this on an episode, mind you, it was just like, stop posting shorts, no one cares. And that person who posted that opened the account that day. So the person who said that made a YouTube account that day just so they could post that comment. And you're going to tell me you don't care. Hey, artist, go suck your fat ass. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. So just wanted to come by, just speak my mind on that, because a lot of inconsistencies in that story. Like, why do you have so many banned words? Like, why does it matter to you? What, are you mad that you can't insult me the way you want to insult me? And why are you going to ask a question about the podcast, which albeit an inappropriate question, and then insult it? Like, that's like, hey man, you have a nice shirt on, and then I fucking stab you. Like, it shit like that on YouTube just doesn't make any sense. I mean, fuck the algorithm right now, because like that's the whole nother fucking can of worms I don't want to open here right now. I've opened that can of worms I don't know how many fucking times. But like that's the kind of bullshit that I'm just like, I don't understand how somebody can, follow along and be like, oh, let me ask a question for the podcast, and then like let me insult the same podcast, So it's just shit like that I don't understand. But anyway, just wanted to come by and mention that there is a short up. Q&A has a couple of people tagged in it. If you did make it this far into the video, you can go back, watch the short, check it out, and leave some questions for the podcast. Just make sure they're directed at me, Nick, and Shelby. Or you can direct your questions towards Shelby and or Nick. Don't mind that at all. So yeah. So just wanted to come, get that off my chest and everything. So yeah. See you guys Friday for the 3-Way Dance Wrestling Podcast. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. Be breezy.